The best way to feel and look old really quickly is to stop doing all the things that kept you healthy. Too often we hit an age that we just deem old and stop pushing ourselves the way we used to in our training. I even found an article on WebMD about the exercise we were supposed to avoid after the age of 50. And it said, lifting weights is a great way to build muscle strength, but when you're over 50, there is no reason to push yourself too hard. I'm sorry, no. While we can't change our age, at any time we can make changes to move and feel our best. And the best way not to see results is not to challenge yourself. Use it or lose it. Getting older doesn't mean you should now stop pushing yourself to conquer new challenges or step outside your comfort zone. Getting older actually makes it even more important that you do so that you stay healthy and fit till your final day on this planet. That's why in this video, I want to refute 7 reasons I often hear people use as excuses not to push themselves outside their comfort zones when it comes to their strength training once they hit whatever age they deem to be old. Myth number 1, I shouldn't push myself too hard. I can't even fully describe the number of spasms my face wants to go into, even repeating that myth for like the 100th time. No wonder we're seeing more injuries, more cognitive decline. No wonder we think aging just means gaining weight and getting out of shape. We're promoting attitudes that perpetuate that. I don't care if you're 20 or 90, you need to challenge yourself with your training to keep pushing your body to adapt and grow stronger and maintain your strength. Sarcopenia, or muscle loss, is so prevalent because we've so easily adopted the belief that we don't need to challenge ourselves. We've almost come to believe that with age, we deserve to be lazy. But if you want to stay strong and fit and even mentally with it till your final day on this planet, you need to push yourself to feel worked in your workouts. This doesn't mean every session should slaughter you, but it shouldn't be that way at any age. But every single workout, you want to do something to create that progressive overload and challenge yourself. You want to focus on doing something hard. We build and retain lean muscle through pushing our bodies to do something they couldn't do the previous session. Myth number 2, X move is bad and dangerous. The simple fact is, you can get hurt training at any age. And as someone who has learned a lot since their early meathead days, I would say we actually end up being smarter in our training as we get older, as we often appreciate the value of just moving well over letting ego dictate what we do. No matter our age though, we have to stop demonizing exercises or blaming exercises for aches and pains. Squats don't hurt your knees. Bad squats or recruitment patterns with loads you haven't earned do. And unless you never plan to sit down to a toilet again, it would be in your best interest to learn how to control and retrain that squat movement pattern. If you want to be able to maintain a movement or movement pattern in everyday life, you want to see the gym as an opportunity to really train to move well. Regress to progress. Training only leads to injury when we haven't earned a move or misused a move. By doing a move that doesn't match your needs and goals, you can get injured at any age. Often the fact we even did moves with ego when we were younger is what has now led to the aches and pains we even have. But training isn't dangerous. We need to even see the gym as an opportunity to practice proper movements so that we are less risk for injury in everyday life. The gym is a perfect place to learn to move well. Just don't be afraid to regress to progress and focus on intentionality with your movement to earn those advancements. Because if you train smarter and not just harder, you put yourself at less risk for injury getting up and down off the ground or lifting that box in everyday life. Myth number 3, I shouldn't lift too heavy. First off, what is too heavy? A weight you can't lift? Something you can't lift with proper form? If that's the case, you shouldn't ever lift too heavy. But if you don't challenge your muscles, you won't create that stimulus for muscle growth. And we want to do everything we can to create that environment for growth because it does become harder to build and retain lean muscle as we get older. But especially as we get older, we need to focus on maintaining maximal strength. That means not shying away from lower rep, heavier weight work in our training. Maximal strength work means we're better able to prevent falls and fractures. And we're not only stronger, but have more lean muscle mass, which keeps our bones healthy and helps us look leaner. So lift heavy for strong bones and a lean physique. Stop defaulting to only 15 to 20 rep work with lighter loads. Push those heavy weights as you earn them and build up to keep yourself strong and your metabolic rate higher. Myth number 4, I have insert health condition here. We always want to address injuries and health concerns with our training, but this should be the case at any age. However, too often as we get older and more health concerns may pop up, we see this as a reason to stop pushing hard in our workouts or training at all. When training can improve our health and even combat many of the symptoms we might be suffering from, strength work can help reduce chronic inflammation. It can reduce our risk for osteoporosis. It can even improve our cognitive functioning. It can help us sleep better to recover from illness faster. It can help us maintain our bone health. It can even help us retrain movements and strengthen muscles to overcome injuries. It can help us move and feel a whole heck of a lot younger. Overall, strength training is linked with a 10 to 70% lower risk of heart disease, total cancer, diabetes, lung cancer, and death from any cause. Yet so often we let health concerns stop us instead of finding ways to strengthen around them. And that is what actually makes us feel older so much faster. Find ways to regress moves and really address what you need to feel the correct muscles working. Design workouts around your schedule based on the intensity you need. And start back slow, but the key is to start. And focus on meeting yourself where you're at. Myth number 5, I shouldn't do awkward moves. As we get older, we're often less willing to make ourselves feel awkward or uncomfortable or bad at something. When we're young, we embrace it more as we encounter new things on an almost daily basis. But as we get older, we don't like to push ourselves to do new things that feel awkward and uncomfortable. The thing is, we need to. Those awkward moves not only improve our physical health, but our mental health. They also keep our mind-body connection strong, which allows us to react more quickly in everyday life. Many even improve our balance and core strength, especially if they're single-sided moves. And these moves can even help us build muscle by creating progression in different ways, changing the range of motion, the stability, and even the tempos. They challenge not only our body, but even our mind to keep us healthier and younger. And ladies, studies have even shown greater benefits from physical activity in terms of our thinking speed as we get older. Myth number 6, I can't build muscle. Yup, it does get harder to build and retain lean muscle as we get older. But trying to use this as an excuse to not even try? Nope. It's even more reason to push hard and lift heavier. It's also a reason to cut back on the chronic cardio, which can not only cause more inflammation and joint issues, but lead to us struggling even more to build and retain lean muscle. Instead, we need to do everything we can to combat the fact that we don't have the optimal hormone levels for muscle growth we once did, and we don't utilize protein as efficiently. We need to do everything we can to focus on lifting heavy, challenging ourselves, and pushing hard in our training while including adequate recovery. This is the best thing we can do for ourselves to help ourselves build lean muscle and especially maintain the muscle we already have. Because if we're inactive, we put ourselves at greater risk for losing muscle, and it becomes harder and harder to rebuild it. Myth number 7, I can't recover as quickly, so I shouldn't do as much. We may find that our recovery does change as we get older, especially during menopause when our sleep might also be impacted. But this is all the more reason to train with purpose and design intentional workouts that we can be consistent with. Because the more inconsistent we are, the harder we make it on ourselves to recover. And often we don't recognize that as we get older, we're less consistent in our training routines. And that inconsistency can make every workout feel new to our body. So we're constantly getting sore. Make sure to set a schedule you can be consistent with. Then don't randomly string together moves or workouts without a clear plan. Create a set schedule you repeat for a few weeks. This will allow you to slowly build and progress week over week. This will also help improve your recovery over always feeling beat down. Plus, including mobility work and not feeling pressured to do wasted volume may not only help you recover faster, but even build strength more efficiently from your training. Often less is more. And too often when we were younger, we just did more because we could, or because we were trying to out-exercise our diet. So see this as an opportunity to make some changes and see even better gains. Define aging on your own terms. Stay strong till your final day on this planet by never stopping to push yourself and challenge yourself. Include those strength workouts that make you feel uncomfortable, but that meet you where you're at to see fabulous muscle and strength gains at any and every age. If you liked the video, make sure to like it, comment below if you have any questions, and subscribe. We're posting new videos each week.